Hey, school bus here. So, the LTTB. Well, if you've been following my channel for very long, you know that this is kind of an issue for me, getting the ace tanker in the LTTB, because I generally complete an utter frustration with a tank aside. I will not move to the next tank until I've gotten an ace tanker on the current one I'm grinding. And I've unlocked the lightweight a long time ago, and I've just continued to play the LTTB because I must say I've come to enjoy playing it. This game is a good example of some of the fun things you can do, but I still prefer my French autoloaders. I won't lie. So the quick rundown on this game: I am bottom tier, which I think is kind of cool because a lot of times you see people doing their stellar work on a top tier scenario. But that doesn't always have to be the case. And honestly, in light tanks, it can be easier in the higher tier games to rack up the experience because you can do what I'm doing here. You can hide in a bush in a very prominent position. Now, this is not the usual place I would go on this map. And I'm not going to go into what my usuals are, but I decided to do something different, kind of bold. This was my first game I'd played, and I just was going out to have some fun, try something a little different, and see what would happen. I had no plans on it being any sort of a stellar game, but, well, let's just see how this turns out. Now, what I can't do from here is I can't simultaneously keep myself protected and well spotted from both the, this map's kind of on a 45-degree angle, so I'll call it the north and the south. I can't watch both of them simultaneously. I have to kind of move around within this bush. I.e., if somebody's going for the hill, I'm not necessarily going to see them in this exact position. I'd have to move up a little bit, but I'd have to move up into the thinner bushes, and that guy right there, he is who I've been afraid of, why I've been holding my shot, and I've not been trying to shoot at anything. But notice where he's at there, he's double bushed. So I go ahead and I give this a try, and wait, nope, wait for it. I don't try it yet. I will try and take a shot here in a bit, and I do it somewhat intentionally to test and see, is he still in a double bushed scenario? Because I don't think he suspects I am here. Thus, he's trying to spot my allies up toward the base. As such, he's going to be moving farther away from me, putting more shrubberies in between the two of us, and as such, he's not going to see anything of me. So I'm going to continue to be patient here. What concerns me is that my allies are definitely losing. But I don't want to go crazy. I'm just a bottom tier light tank. And you have to remember that depending on what type of game you're in with your light tank. When do you assert yourself and when don't you? And when you're bottom tier, you got to think long and hard about asserting yourself. Here's where I finally decide to test things out, and I take some shots. And fire the first one here, right there. Get a nice tracking shot, which is clutch, but he burns his kit. I get another shot, I do not retrack him, and notice I didn't get lit. So this is good, and I will remember this as things progress here. Now the good thing we've got going for us is the allies back at the base. Oh, little activity here. We've got this guy pushing up, so with my newly found confidence that I'm not going to get lit, I go ahead and take some shots. Now here's where I fire at this guy in the bush. Now he knows I'm here. And I'm going to go ahead and take a few blind shots, hoping that maybe he's in a predicament where he can't move without getting spotted. I think we'll see in the post-battle stats that, yes, I did get a few more hits on him. So now let's move up. Let's use this bush. See if we can manage to get a few shots here. And notice that other bush is in a great spot. Gives you a nice double bush scenario. And I was able to take those shots. Never got lit. Now is the point where I get a bit aggressive. And this is why I chose the imagery for the initial cutscene for this, or splash page, I guess, for this video. That, yeah, you can get pretty bold with this thing sometimes. and it's fast. So we dive in here. Apparently, the AMX has moved. Now, I don't want to be too crazy, so I'm just going to hang out here and see if anybody moves into the mid. They keep pinging that Borsig over there, but I don't feel confident that I can move in on him without the risk of these other guys over here spotting me. So I kind of want to keep my distance from the Borsig and try and find some of these other targets. Now here I have a chance to put some shots into this guy who's pushing the guys in the base. Unfortunately, I managed to just pretty much cock that up completely. So moving on. Now is when I get rather brazen, because we're not looking great here. And oh, hello, here's one of the missing tanks. But could it be he is AFK? This is ridiculous. So I normally do not advise anyone to sit here and farm free damage, and I fully admit this is an ace tanker probably because of this. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm going to say between all of the damage I do and the kill, this probably was what moved me from first class up to ace. This is why ace tankers are sometimes luck. But notice where he's positioned. If I'm going to make any sort of move on the enemy base, I've got to get rid of him because he's going to be able to spot me most of the way to the enemy base. So I remove him, and then I tuck into cover, hoping that artillery doesn't hit me, which you'll see in a moment was pure luck. Went dark. Now let's move up, and oh, lo and behold, we have some artillery. So it's amazing that he didn't hit me. Maybe I caught him between reloads, or he just wasn't being terribly map aware. And there we can see he just fired. And we get that done just in time for another missing tank to come back, the Pantera. So 2020 hindsight, if I'd kept him moving, I may have been able to stay away from him, but to what end? It's not like there were any more tanks to cover me. But now check this out. Keep my momentum going. Oh, I didn't keep my momentum going. See, I should have kept my momentum going. I might have been able to just keep circling him. But now, we'll circle back around. I have plenty of hit points, and I know I can out DPM this guy because he's an auto reloader. I don't know which gun he has, whether he's got the 3-shot or the 2-shot, but I'm sure somebody more astute than I would be able to look at the gun barrel and figure it out. But a little patience, and there we go. The worst thing you can do in that situation, facing an auto reloader, is to give them time to reload, and you just want to get right in their face and do as much damage as fast as possible because they won't be able to return fire as quickly. And we went from a questionable scenario to a win rather quickly, and I was hoping to get this last kill, but I didn't. But either way, it was a pretty fun and exciting game. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let's go take a look at the post-game stats. So if I recall correctly, yes, 2 of those blind shots on the 13105 did connect. And looking overall here, base experience was over 1500k. Sorry, not 1500k, over 1500. That's pretty sweet. 4200 damage, and yeah, turned a profit with a standard account at tier 8. Not too shabby. Not really a whole lot else that catches my eye here. The main point is a lot of this was luck of getting to farm damage, but that oftentimes is, for one reason or another, that's what makes ace tankers the 1% of the last 2 weeks worth of games. That's why they are in that 1%, because it took a very specific series of events to lead to it. I won't say a lot or a little. Some of it is skill, some of it is luck. It varies depending on the scenario. In my case, it requires a healthy hand of luck. But if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and leave a comment below. What leads to your ace tankers more so? Is it luck or is it skill? I have a pretty modest viewer base, so they're probably all going to say that it is mostly luck. But hey, surprise me. But yeah, if you like the channel, subscribe and tell your friends. Have a great day.